Earning our Spurs and we're not Spursy anymore are just some of the headlines in today's newspapers as Spurs got a point at the Emirates, Arsenal 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews. Legend interviews. Spurs women. Press conferences. Covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another episode of Spurs in the Media where I'll be going through all of today's newspapers, looking at all of the reports from the national press after Tottenham Hotspur, of course, drew 2-2 against North London rivals Arsenal on Sunday in the Premier League. We remain unbeaten, played 6, won 4, drawn 2. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's get straight into it and let's start with the back page of the Daily Mirror today, and it says here, Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2, we're not Spursy anymore. After Derby draw, Maddison insists that Tottenham won't bottle it ever again. It then says, James Maddison says Tottenham have shrugged off their Spursy tag after a North London Derby thriller. Also on the back page it says the England Star said neutrals talk about us and they often use words like soft and weak and bottlers. They call it Spursy, all that rubbish. I think the last couple of weeks show we are going in a different direction. Now, double page spread inside the Daily Mirror today, and it says here, draw the curtains. It was an intense and gripping North London derby, but in truth, neither side was good enough to win it, and it told a story about Arsenal's title ambitions. Now, the Daily Mirror today have produced a number of match facts. Now, Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou is the fourth manager in Premier League history to see his side score at least twice in each of his first 6 games in the competition. Arsenal and Tottenham both remain unbeaten at least 6 games into a campaign for only the second time in the Premier League after 2004-2005. After failing to score or assist in his first 9 Premier League North London derbies, Heung-min Son has since contributed 6 goals and 2 assists in his last 8 games against Arsenal. Heung-min Son became the first Spurs player to score a brace away at Arsenal since John Hendry in a Premier League match back in May 1993. Christian Romero became the 11th player in Premier League history to score an own goal and give away a penalty in the same game, and the first Spurs player to do so. Heung-min Son's second half goal came just 98 seconds after Saka gave Arsenal a 2-1 lead from the penalty spot. Tottenham's James Maddison has been directly involved in 21 goals in his last 22 away games in the league, 10 goals and 11 assists. While he has been directly involved in 6 goals away from home this season, 2 goals, 4 assists, the most of any player. So let's look at the player ratings from the Daily Mirror today. They've actually given man of the match to Yves Bissouma. They've stated never stop running. He was outstanding. Vicario got a 7 out of 10. Pedro Porro a 6. Romero a 6. Van der Ven a 6. Udogie a 5. Sarr a 6. Bissouma an 8 out of 10. Kulusevski a 6. Maddison a 7. Heung-min Son a 7. Johnson a 6. Subs, Solomon a 6. Richarlison a 6. Højbjerg a 6. Now for some match stats produced by the Daily Mirror. Arsenal had 47% possession to Tottenham's 53%. Shots on target, Arsenal had 6, Tottenham Hotspur had 5. Shots off target, 4 apiece. Total passes, Arsenal 370 to Tottenham's 435. Corners, Arsenal 11, Spurs 4. Offsides, Arsenal 2, Tottenham 3. Fouls, Arsenal 12, Tottenham 19. And yellow cards, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 4. The referee was Robert Jones and the attendance was 60,156. Now for a report from the Times newspaper today, and Spurs have even made it on the front page of the newspaper with a picture of Heung-min Son celebrating. It says Tottenham fight back in Derby thriller. And then in their sports supplement there is a double page spread, and it says here, Captain Son leading revival of Tottenham's daring DNA. Now, of course, Arsenal went 1-0 up with a Christian Romero own goal after 26 minutes. Heung-min Son equalised in the 42nd minute. Saka had a penalty in the 54th minute, and then Heung-min Son equalised just 98 seconds later. Now, Ange Postecoglou was asked after the game about the penalty incident, and he said, I couldn't see it, but I've got no idea about the handball rule. It just seems if it hits your hand, it is a penalty, and other times, if it hits your hand, it isn't a penalty. It is the one rule I just don't understand. Now, the player ratings today from the Times newspaper, they have given Vicario a 7. In my opinion, I thought he made a couple of fantastic saves in the game. Pedro Porro got a 6. Christian Romero, they have given a 4 out of 10. Mickey van der Ven, I thought was excellent as well. They've given a 7. Udogie a 6. Sarr a 6. Basuma a 7. Maddison a 7, who I thought was excellent. Of course, he provided 2 assists. Kulusevski, they've given a 7. Heung-min Son with an 8. Of course, his clinical finishing. And Brennan Johnson got a 7. Now for a report from the Sun newspaper, and on the back page here it's got this wonderful picture of Heung-min Son celebrating at the Emirates Stadium. It says Spurs aren't Spursy. James Maddison declared we're not Spursy anymore. Tottenham twice fought back from behind to draw yesterday's North London derby. Stats on Friday revealed that Tottenham have chucked away more points from winning positions than any other club in Premier League history. It suggested the Spursy tag the club often gets lumped with has been justified all along, but after a double fight back against their bitter rivals, coupled with comeback wins over Burnley and Sheffield United this term, Maddison reckons those Spursy days are over. Now for a double page spread in the Sun newspaper today, and it says Tale of 2-2 cities. Manchester City won the North London derby as Arsenal and Spurs cut each other's throats at the Emirates, and no one would have enjoyed this no-holds-barred grudge match more than Pep Guardiola. It then goes on to say pulsating derby, but Pep is a real winner in North London. Now for a report from the Daily Mail today, and it's got this great picture of Heung-min Son celebrating. It says 7, only Harry Kane 14, Adebayor 10, Perez 8 have scored more goals in North London derbies than Heung-min Son 7. In the main report here it says not only were Tottenham trailing at the time with a little more than half an hour on the clock, they were being dominated. Arsenal looked every inch the classier act, cohesive, quick, aggressive and incisive as they were when Jesus took the ball from James Maddison inside the Spurs penalty area. 15 yards out in the centre of the goal, he missed the target, blazed it over and Spurs came to their senses, found a better tempo and without abandoning their principles entirely, figured out it was time to stop dithering on the ball at the back. Now, the player ratings today from the Daily Mail, they have given Vicario a 6, and they have stated 2 top saves of Jesus and Nketiah in the first half. Couldn't have done anything about the 2 goals. Pedro Porro at 6.5. Sean going forward, his crosses were a nuisance for the Arsenal backline. Christian Romero at 5.5. Played a part in both Arsenal goals, though was unlucky in each incident. Mickey van der Ven, a 6 out of 10, a real presence at the back, got stuck in and his positioning was consistently clever. Udogie, a 5, had a tough time against Saka and his poor back pass nearly led to a goal. I don't agree with that actually. I think that down that flank he was actually the more dominant player than Saka. Even Postecoglou said that in his press conference, and I completely agree. Pape Matar Sarr, 5.5. Young midfielder missed a good chance after 19 minutes and was often harried off the ball. Basuma, they have given a 5.5. It's so weird how these newspaper reporters and journalists are so different because, of course, a previous newspaper gave him man of the match, and the Daily Mail have given Basuma a 5.5 and said a quiet game was often found tracking back to his own box, particularly in the first half. Completely disagree. Kulusevski there have given a 7. Good understanding with Son. Played a couple of great passes and made a few vital interceptions. James Maddison there have given an 8 out of 10. Completely agree with that. Arsenal struggled with him all game. Recovered well from his error and set up both goals. Brennan Johnson at 6. Lively. Should have scored in the first half when he had much of the goal to aim at. Heung-min Son, they have given man of the match to 8 out of 10, came to life around the box with 2 finishes that oozed composure and changed the game. And Postecoglou, they have given a 6 out of 10. His team weathered the early storm to get back into the match. Strange call to take off Son in the final 15 minutes. Now for a report from the Daily Telegraph today, and it's got this fantastic picture. I love this. Heung-min Son and James Maddison celebrating at the Emirates Stadium, and it says here, Maddison shows quality to replace Kane as Son's playmaker. It then states, can Heung-min Son and James Maddison be the new Son and Harry Kane partnership? The latter were the most prolific yet in the Premier League, and probably the deadliest, as they were directly involved in 60 goals together, with 47 in the top flight. But there are exciting signs that Heung-min Son and James Maddison can challenge it. They're already on 9 goals as a combination at 1.5 per game, which compares to an astonishing 298 in just 241 matches involving Kane or Son. But their rate is lower at 1.2 goals per game. Now, the player ratings from the Daily Telegraph today, they've given Vicario a 7, Pedro Porro a 7, Romero a 6, Van der Ven a 7, Udogie an 8, Sarr an 8, Basuma they've given a 9, Maddison a 9, Kulusevski a 7, Heung-min Son a 9, and Brennan Johnson a 6. And now for a report from the Daily Express today, and on the back page this wonderful picture has been published again of Son and Maddison earning our Spurs. James Maddison celebrated a double comeback against North London rivals Arsenal by declaring, we're not Spursy anymore. Tottenham are no soft touch now. Double page spread from today's Daily Express, and it says Arsenal not top guns yet. And it says here, 4 days ago, Arsenal were claiming to be contenders for the ultimate European crown after a triumphant return to the Champions League. Against Tottenham, they could not even establish themselves as the top dog in the neighbourhood. Player ratings from the Daily Express today, Vicario an 8, Pedro Porro a 5, Romero a 6, Van der Ven a 7, Udogie a 6, Sarr a 6, Basuma a 7, Maddison an 8, Johnson a 6, Heung-min Son an 8, Kulusevski a 7. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.